Hello. Today I would like to demo to you a script that I have written that automates installation of ERPNext to Ubuntu 20.04. Now, I have done a lot of work on installing ERPNext and developing it in the last couple of months, and I have noted that there is a lot of concern going around installing this thing. Even though I have put together a YouTube video, I also have by the way, this music is playing from YouTube. I also have a blog post here detailing all the steps that you need to take and all the commands that you need to run. People are still running into issues installing it, so I have come up with an automated script that you just run and it's going to do the work for you. So that is what I would like to demo. I have a DigitalOcean droplet. It's empty at the moment, and I also have set up pointed a domain erp.codewithcurrent.com to that droplet. This is 143.198.181.53. You can see this is this droplet here, all right? And then the next thing is we go ahead and run the script. I have actually reset the password to that droplet just a few minutes ago. You can see this email here. It's 5 minutes ago actually. So I just have reformatted or rebuilt that droplet just to make sure it is empty. All right. So let me go ahead and show you how this script works. I have 3 scripts to be specific. One script is one that you install without SSL. This is what we are going to be using today. So you can have a domain and you don't want to install SSL for some reason on your site. You can run this script. If you do not even have a domain or a subdomain and you want to run your ERPNext instance on an IP, you can use this. This is install no domain, all right? Will not require you to enter an IP. And then this is the complete install. Complete install is where it's going to do the setup for you, install the sites for you, install Frappe, install ERPNext, and also is going to go ahead and set up production instance and also install SSL for you. Now note that these are also going to do all the other work except this one does not need a domain and this one will not install SSL, but will actually deploy a production instance. This one, leave it alone, is just my test script. I'm trying to do other things with this one. So these are the 3 scripts that are out there that I have prepared for you just in case you need them. All right, let's get into this. So I am going to drag in my terminal here. Bring terminal here. I can stop this so as we can create some space here. Just close and close. Yeah, so we have one terminal, and I can maybe make this a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to do SSH. I'm going to use the root user, and the IP address is this one. So I'll just copy it from here and paste it here. And yeah, this one is complaining that there is something that we need to do. Every time you see this, is because some settings have changed on this file here, in the known hosts file. So just need to do keygen. I think it's keygen. Let me just Google this. I don't remember exactly what that is. If you Google this, you're going to find a lot of articles on it. So you can see at the moment our domain does not have anything. erp.codewithcurrent.com, there is nothing there. So let me go ahead and Google this. DigitalOcean I know has something, yes, and there you go. SSH keygen, yeah. So this is going to be SSH-keygen and then R and then my IP address. All right, that's not my IP address. My IP address is this one here. All right, so copy and paste it here. updated, and now you're good to go. So now you can run that, and yes, confirm that you want to log in, and it's going to require you to enter a password. The password that it is asking for is this password, the password that it is sent to you when it did the reset. So paste it here, and we are inside, asking for the current password so that we can reset it. So paste it, new password. I'm going to grab this password from another place here. So this is private, I'm not going to be showing you that. So paste, and then retype the password again, and we are good to go. So now what I need to do here, I just want to copy this file to my remote server here so that I can run it, and then it will do the installing for me. All right, so I'll just clear this, and I want to put it in the home directory. So I like to show you that home directory at the moment, if you list it, has nothing. Right, so we can split this so that I can move this file online, and then I'm going to send it to my desktop, and then to my gallery, and then there's the backup, and then you have your ERPNext scripts automation. Right, and the file that I want to move is install without SSL. Right, so what is the command to copy this thing from here? The command is not that complicated, but I also googled it. So you can just do something like, I'm going to be, by the way, putting all these commands to my blog post when I publish this video, so you don't have to do to struggle to bother yourself googling. So let me just do copy local to remote, and I don't know whether it's this one. Yes, I will copy using this. All right, so let me just do this. So SCP and then R, and then install without, and then after that the next thing that we need to do is to provide our user, that is the remote server user, and then the password, the IP address of our server is this one, so copy it, put it here, and then there's colon, and then home. We maximize this. So what we have here is the password for our server. Let me just copy it from somewhere, paste it, and go. And it's copying and it's copied. All right, so if you look here, let me just reduce this so that I can show you what this is. SCP, this is copy, and then the file that you want to copy, and then the IP address and the location you want to copy the file. So if now I go to my home directory and list it up here, this is, remember, this is the server. You see here now we have that file there. Let me reduce that volume just a little bit. So I can close this one now. We are done with that. So here we are inside the server. The next thing that we need to do is just change the this file's type and make it executable. So sudo change mode and executable, and this is install. Right, so now when you list it, you realize that the color has changed to green. This means that this file is now executable, and therefore you go ahead and execute it. So we do that. What is the bench user name that you want to use? So this file is going to ask you a few questions, and I want to use Frappe. So that's the user it's going to create. What do you want to use as the preferred administrator login? So when the administrator user is created, they will log in with which password? We can say something like admin123, right? And then preferred MySQL password, we can use any password here. We can do something like MySQL passcode, whatever you want to do here, and then the site. This is your site, the site that you want to use. All right, so here I want to use this site, the site that I have here. So erp.codewithkarani.com, and please know that before you start installing, this site has nothing. So let me paste it here. So erpcodewithkarani.com. If you see this running, this is confirmation that all these settings have been validated and they are valid, and therefore the system has started doing the configuration for you. And ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to do anything else. The script is going to go ahead and do all the heavy lifting for you, and the next thing that you will need to do is to log in to your system. So let's give it a few minutes. It takes about 8 minutes, depending on how good your internet is and how good your server is. That is the resources that you have allocated to your server, but on average it should be about 8 minutes. So let's give it about the 8 minutes that it requires. It's going to do all the installation process for us, and then we are going to go ahead and log in to our properly set up ERPNext. Now note, the good thing with this script is that you do not have to bother yourself with switching versions. The script by default installs version 13, latest version 13 official release for ERPNext and also for Frappe. So you do not have to trouble yourself installing developer branch and then switching over. Also, there could be issues when you do the manual installation and then you get to a place where you need to switch from from development instance to production instance, necessitating that you do a lot of debugging that sometimes takes hours. This script takes care of all that, and therefore you do not have to bother yourself with any of that anymore. So that is going ahead and doing its work. I can get the music a little bit high. You can see it's doing a lot of heavy lifting of stuff here, a lot of packages being installed, preparing the environment for ERPNext and also Frappe. It's now upgrading the Python packages. installing ERPNext and Redis server. Almost there. Setup is complete, and now the system is the script is installing Frappe into the system. So every other setting that was giving you headache, like setting up MariaDB, setting up ERPNext, setting up Redis server and all that, and configuring MariaDB to work with ERPNext, all that has already been done by the script. So now we are installing Frappe, and then from that the script is going to go ahead and install ERPNext and then connect it to our subdomain, and we are done. Let's give it a few more minutes. Completing Frappe installation here. Building the assets for Frappe. Frappe is all set up. Now it's downloading ERPNext, and you can see from here that it is getting the version 13 of ERPNext, and now it is installing it to our instance. So it has already downloaded it, and now it's installing it. creating our site. So you can see this is another place where issues arise. Maybe you have forgotten the password you give to your MySQL root. The site is not going to be created, but you can see here the script remembers everything that you provided when we were starting. The MariaDB password that you want to use, the site name, you can see the site is ERP.code with Karani, and all those settings the script remembers. So the site has been created successfully, set as the current site, and now the script is installing ERPNext on the site. Nice. So as we can see here, the script has finished its job and wishes us all the best. So let's head over to our site, this site here, erp.code with karani.com, and reload it and see whether we have our instance running here. So reload, and voila, ERPNext installed and working. So we can log in. I don't know, do you use admin123? Yes. So we have successfully logged in here. Let's see the steps that we have here to finish the installation. And like you can see, here we have 6 steps, and when you see that, you know that you have ERPNext installed and working perfectly. But let me just go through this so as to show you the sites that are running here, not the sites but the instance that is running here, the version. Jeffrey, go ahead. I can just get one thing just to make sure you don't spend a lot of time here. Code with Karani. What does it do? Software, training, bank. Don't worry about the bank. Complete the setup, and our instance is set up in minimal amount of time. I just want to show you. I can just go here and do bench version. Oh, not there, sorry. I need to do sudo su, and then I called my user Frappe, and yes, I'm in Frappe list. Here you can see that you have Frappe bench, so cd to Frappe bench, and then cd, not cf, so cd to Frappe bench, and then we can do bench version, and you'll notice that we have ERP version 13.21 and Frappe version 13.21. so these have been set to the most current versions of version 13 official release. So the same is going to be here. So when you go to help and click on about, those versions are going to be shown here. You can see them here. So that's all. That is what I wanted to show you. Everything is on my blog post, Code with Karani. All the script, the code that I have used to set up the server, and also to copy the file from local to remote, I have them. So hit me either on the contact page, you can reach me through here, or you can get me via email and let me help you or sort out your issues with installation and also customization or any kind of development you need around ERPNext and Python. Cheers, and see you in the next video.